Good morning. It is early-ish, just before sunset, and I'm out taking pictures because this is what I do, and this is the dedication that I show in the pursuit of perfection and my art. Also, it's really quiet and there's no one around, so yay. Except my baby Milo. Baby Milo. Oh, he's very excited. It's very good. He's like, Daddy loves me. Yes, he does. Daddy does love you. No, don't jump up on me. No. No. Silly boy. Anyway, yeah, so I'm taking pictures with my camera. Okay, yeah. To be honest, it's not as good as I was hoping. I mean, it could get better. You never know. That's the thing. Never give up. If you come out and you don't see the sun, mainly because it hasn't come up yet, but you know, overall, don't give up, because when I took Pony Silhouette, you can check it out. I'll post it maybe later. That ended up on the front cover of Amateur Photographer magazine. Yeah, I was about to go home. I was like, there's no sun, and then I was about to go home, and then sun. So I just hung about and ended up taking one of the best photos I've actually taken. So don't give up, amateur photographers. Yeah, so this is basically what I do. I just go out into the countryside at various times of the day, but my favourite times of the day are morning, because there are very few people around, and there's nothing quite like a sunrise, because it kind of gives me like a hope for the whole of the day. I mean, I don't need hope every day, but there are some days. This wasn't planned. There was no plan in this. I've got a bit of a sore back, so I wasn't really sleeping very well. So overdid it in the gym. But no, I was worried. It was bothering me. Something was bothering me. People were saying about discipline on Facebook. Bloody Facebook. He says, I was making weird noises, but no, it was basically people were saying about disciplining their children who are autistic. Our autistic children are definitely different to other children. That is the beauty and the issue that they and I face and faced. So if you treat an autistic child like the average NT child, or any neurodiverse child, ADHD, whatever, if you treat them like every other child, you will damage them when it comes to discipline. If you discipline them, if you tell them off, if you punish them for doing something, even if it is naughty, you cannot deal with them the same way. Now, I'm not saying that autistic children are incapable of being naughty. They are labelled naughty when they haven't actually done anything that they know is naughty. But like every other kid, we are mischievous and we will do naughty things. We always have the best intentions, mostly it's curiosity. So, you know, you can't really sort of tell someone off for being curious about something. You know, it's like painting on the walls. You know, if you tell a child off for painting on the walls, you could actually psychologically damage them that painting is wrong. You know, obviously you have to teach them, you have to guide them, you have to show them that it is not okay to do it in the house. Now, I mention this because this is probably the only thing that Sophie did that was actually, naughty. Sophie's my daughter. Sophie is autistic. So I'm autistic and my daughter's autistic. So a little bit of experience. And with her, I didn't know she was autistic. I didn't know I was autistic. But I knew that I knew how sensitive she was. I could not treat her how I was sort of brought up or seen that other people sort of bring their kids up. I couldn't really learn from books for NT kids, how to bring up my daughter, because I knew that she was very, very emotional. She just couldn't handle any sort of being told off or discipline. So I just knew this, and I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't tell her off properly. So I saw that she had drawn on the walls, and she was so proud of it. And I actually did tell her off. It's the only time. I saw it and Sylvia was really upset. And I did tell her off. I mean, I didn't scream at her. I just told her off, like you would with an average child. And it did not go down well. And I tell you what, she was, I don't actually know, but it's like 4 or 5 maybe. Well, she's 15 and she still remembers that like it was yesterday. It's still what she talks about. It's like this traumatic moment, of which I feel incredibly guilty about, but I didn't know she was autistic. Like I said, didn't know I was autistic. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you know your kid's autistic, or if you suspect your kid's autistic, you have to be gentle. You have to be neutral. You cannot treat them in a disciplinary way the same as that you would an average child. Now, everyone's discipline is different. Maybe you have an NT child and you don't tell them off for anything that they do. Personally, I don't agree with that. I think that kids need structure. They do need discipline. They not necessarily the punishment, but there should always be consequences if they deliberately do something naughty. So if you told them to not do something deliberately, they go and do it just to sort of test you, because that's what kids will do. They will test you. And I've got an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old, and I am a child, so I always test my wife. It's what I do. Don't have any more pop characters. Buying one more. Don't buy any more pop characters. Buying maybe another one more. So yeah, I will really push the boundaries with Sylvia. But that's what we do. We like to push boundaries. But I don't do it deliberately. With the pop characters, it's just an obsession. I cannot. It's like a drug almost. I just can't help it. And it's the same goes for mischievous behaviour, I guess. So with my son, I had to discipline. He was very naughty at times, but in a structured way, I guess. But with, whoa, I nearly lost my camera there. Be good if I didn't do that. So yeah, make sure to guide them. Be that shining light. Guide them, teach them, show them a different way. If they don't listen to you, if they're still doing something that is destructive, because I think that's always the worst thing, destruction, then you don't punish them, you just become neutral. And when they don't do that, when they do something, good, I guess, reward them. So it's called, it's just sort of positive reinforcement. A lot of people will say that you should do that with all kids. Well, I disagree with that. Some kids it just doesn't work for. You know, there isn't one set of rules for all children. You know, you can read books, and I recommend that you read books. All parents should read books about parenting. But read multiple books. Don't read one book and go, oh, that's the answer because I read one book. Read multiple books. You know, you're all capable of reading, so do it. You know, that's part of parenting, is knowledge. Not everybody's just born to be a parent. It doesn't work like that. You know, there are guides out there. You wouldn't just get in a car and start driving. You need lessons. And parenting is no different at all. So this might help, I hope, from an experienced parent, who has an autistic child and a non-autistic child. I hope this helps. So yeah, be the guide, show them different, but don't make them feel bad, because I guarantee you will tell off a neurotypical child and they will most likely forget about it within a week. You tell off an autistic child, they will remember, apparently, 10 years later. I'm 37. I still remember being told off by one of my teachers for using a toy that another child gave me. They gave me this toy to use, but she thought I took the toy. So instead of finding out what actually happened, she just told me off. And that was in nursery. And I still remember that like it was yesterday. If you're not autistic, you won't understand what it feels like. So let me explain it one more time. When you tell off an NT child, it's like throwing a pebble at someone. They'll brush it off and they'll be like, pebble. You tell off an autistic child, it's like hitting them in the face with a brick. And then they're scarred for life. You have to be careful. You can listen to me, you can not listen to me. That's up to you. But this is my advice. Okay. Take care. I hope I get some good pictures. It's alright. Anyway, love to you all. Bye.